Okay, there we are. Okay, welcome. Thank you for being here, Erica. All right, I'm going to give this just one more minute. When it says 8:02, I'm going to get started. And oh, there we go. Here's Maya. Very good. Hey, Maya. Thanks for being here, friend. Good to see you. I yeah, got fun things to share, and we're going to be doing Trailblazers again. Very excited about that next video that we'll be seeing. Actually, you know what? Let me make sure I've got that queued up. Now that I'm thinking of it, I don't have that queued up yet, so let me do that. And then we'll be ready to go. All right. Make sure you've got your packet ready, something to write with, a notebook if you need that. Okay. And there are our videos. And week 2 is going to be, where did week 2 go? Oh, there it is. Oh, we're on work week 3. That's why. That is why. Okay. And pause. Okay, we are ready to go. Now we're ready to go. Hello, ladies. Okay. Things must be happening because I don't see your pretty faces. Maybe I'll get to see your pretty faces later. I know that the text went out that we were going to be talking about Valentine's Day sales. Um, I'm actually going to train on something else tonight. I will be sharing Valentine's Day items and ideas within our Facebook group. But something that I wanted to share, first of all, just going back to the Great Heights mascara. So if you have not been selling this, this is a great thing to push for the end of the month. Erica, I don't believe that you are, oh, Leanne is on. Yay. Hi, Leanne. Um, I don't believe that, I think you're close to 700 unless you did that already. Last I checked, you weren't quite at 700 wholesale yet. So if that is your goal, okay, Leanne wasn't supposed to be on. Leanne is gone. Okay, that is okay. That's so funny. But yes, this mascara is wonderful. Oh, that's Danielle. Oh, because Leanne. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Erica. I'm like, I was so confused. Okay, so a couple of facts about this mascara that you might not know, that you can put into communication as you are, communicating about this. So there is this. I don't think you girls have access to this flyer yet, but this will be something that you will probably have access to on February 1st. But when they're laying out what are all of the qualities of these different mascaras, what are the benefits? This one is for maximum length. Maximum length. So it is replacing the Lash Love lengthening mascara that we had before. Okay, this is for maximum length now. The Ultimate Mascara all in one boldness because that does kind of do a little volume and length there. High definition lash intensity, full volume is Lash Love. Defined lifting is Panorama, and smudge free looks is the waterproof. But this is maximum length and it is wonderful. It only comes in black. Good question. The only mascara that we've got that has the brown is still going to be the Ultimate Mascara. But yeah, that is a great question for that. Yes. And then it is 18. Okay. 18. The lash intensity is also 18, and then all the other ones are $16 as far as price goes. Now, this does say, so when you do 2 coats, you have 75% longer looking lashes. That's a lot, right? 75% longer looking lashes. It wears for up to 12 hours without smudging or flaking. So that is a wonderful thing. Our Chroma Fusion products with our eyeshadows and our blushes are life proof, right? For 12 hours. So this mascara is going to match that. And it's a lightweight formula that conditions your lashes with panthenol. I don't know what panthenol is. I guess look it up, Google it. But it conditions with panthenol. So, and I can say the lashes do not feel, I mean, none of our mascaras feel that way, right? But this one also does not feel like your lashes are going to be brittle or really crusty or anything like that. It's beautiful and there's no clumping. It's wonderful. So, figure out how many you want to sell. And I do think that having some kind of, buy two, get the half off free is a nice, little thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, just you could pair it up with the January specials. You can do buy three, get the fourth for free. You could do, different things with that. You could do buy one, get a eye makeup remover for 25% off, right? And like maybe like pair that with other eye products so that now they're not just buying a bunch of this one product, you are now introducing them to more products, right? Getting more a variety of products on their shelf. Carrie, hello, I'm so happy to see
Hey!
you. Are you still in Morocco? Where are you at, my friend? Are
No,
you back
I'm
home?
home now. It took me 3
Okay.
days to get here. Um,
Why?
I missed a couple of flights and it was just wild. So, oh, I'm echoing. I don't know what's going on. I have two meetings going
I
at the
don't
same
know.
time.
That's okay. Well, I'd love to
Yeah,
see you
there.
twice or once or however many times. So
Yes,
I'm
no,
glad that
I'm
you're here.
home. I so transport is kind of difficult. I was in Imswain, which is more remote, so I had to take a cab. Like I had to take a taxi to get to another place, to wait for a bus, to take a taxi, to get on another bus to make it to the airport.
Wow.
And with all of that, I was about 30 minutes shy of being able to check in for my flight. So I
Oh,
had to
wow.
wait in the airport overnight for the next flight, which so that means I had to like rearrange all of my connecting flights. And then I missed my connecting flight by 3 minutes. So, um, but you know what, though? I will say that I am closer to God now than I have ever been in my life. And although I went through one trial after the other, I was at peace. I was totally and
Yeah.
completely calm through every minute of it and completely submitted to the Lord's will, because one of the things that I learned from my second trip in Morocco, and from the wonderful man that the Lord has put in my life, is that we are not supposed to judge situations that we're going through, because we
Mm,
don't know if God has intended this for good for us or not. Just as we're not supposed to
hmm.
judge people because we don't know who they can eventually be in our lives. Like someone who's our
Right.
enemy can eventually become one of our greatest allies and our greatest friends. We don't
Right.
know that, and we don't know why
Right.
they're in our life for that reason. So we just take things as they are and we stay submitted to his will.
Hmm.
And I was able to live that out and actually practice that. And I was a person of great anxiety, great fear.
Mm,
And just every time any situation came up that didn't go the way that I thought it was supposed to go, I took it personally. Like, oh, what
mm.
did I do wrong? Oh, I'm so stupid. And I will tell you that the Lord has broken all of that out of my life.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That encourages all of us. And I'm so glad that you are back. We are good. Yeah, I was just talking about a new mascara that is launching. And so we're very excited about that. And I mean, just girls, stay tuned because we're doing a spring break beauty event. and I believe that's going to be February 20th. I
Okay.
will get you the rest of the dates as I know them. Hold on, let me make sure. February, yes, 20th. That is a Thursday. So I've still got to, connect with Ashley and see if we're doing samples and what samples we're doing. But this is such a fantastic launch. Mary Kay has given us really awesome products, as I showed some of them to you last week. So they're fantastic. But right now, you can get the Great Heights mascara, and it is wonderful. So start selling the patooties out of it. $18 a tube. And how many can you sell to get to your goal by the end of this month? Part of this Trailblazers is doing coaching calls with me. So if you want that to be part of a coaching call, and you want to talk about selling those and getting to a goal, we can talk about that and come up with a good strategy for you, right? Okay, the next thing I wanted to share with you was about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, which the Buffalo Bills are not in. Right? So it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, we got the Eagles and the Chiefs. So if we're not excited about the teams,
I'm a
we can
Chiefs
at least make some money
fan.
off of it. Do you like the Chiefs? Don't.
I'm sorry. I'm a
There's
Chiefs
too
fan.
many questionable things about them for there to be any respect. I used to respect. I mean, I do respect. I mean, they are talented, whatever. Well, anyway, we're not going to get into this. We're not going to get into it because I can get into it. All right. So anyway, how can we make money off of the Super Bowl? This is fun. I have personally never done it, but I'm doing it this year because of my attitude, basically. And so what the way that this works is there is a grid, okay? And so the numbers that are going across the top are for the Eagles, and the numbers going down the bottom are for the Chiefs. And you're going to write 0 through 9 in any order across the top. Okay, you can put them in order from 0 to 9, or you can mix them up. And it's the same thing for this 0 through 9 in any order, or any order, right? So the way that it works is you're going to see here that there's like quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. All right. And your customers are going to be able to have their names in these boxes here for every $10 purchase that they make with you. So I would have a time frame. I would not do this now in January. I would have this be for February, goals. And the Super Bowl is when? The 9th? Is that right? The 8th? Okay. So I would do that first week of February, like February 1st up until the day before the Super Bowl. And you reach out to your customers and say, hey, I'm doing a big game pool for the Super Bowl. Do you want in on it? Are there any products that you need to repurchase? Because every $10 purchase, and you can decide what that is. Do you want it to be $10? Do you want it to be $20? Every $25? But I'm doing every $10 purchase after discounts is going to give you a square in my pool. And they don't even have to watch the Super Bowl, right? To be like entered to win. So if I'm just going to write out some numbers here. I'm just going to put them in order. So I'm not like, totally putting a whole lot of thought into this. So there's the Eagles. Here are the Chiefs numbers, right? Okay. So we're going to say that Carrie spends $30 with me. So I'm going to put Carrie's name in 3 squares, right? Erica spends $20 with me. I'm going to put her name in another 2 squares. And I am placing them in the squares, okay? I'm just placing them at random. So I'm placing their names, their names in the squares. At the end of the first quarter, you should be paying attention to the game, right? Like you should be paying attention to the game if you want to do this. So at the end of the first, I'm going to look at the score. And let's say the Eagles have 7 and the Chiefs have 3, right? Right? We got a touchdown and a field goal, right? And so I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, so the Chiefs have 3. I'm going to go to 3 on this grid. And the Eagles have 7. I'm going to go over where to 7 is. And whoever is in that square, of 7 and 3, they're going to win something. Now, you can have that, winning be if you have any product on your shelf that you want to get rid of, maybe something that's discontinued and that you're going to give that away. Or it could be a $10 gift card, or it could be, 50% off of an item of their choice, right? Like, so you can decide what that's going to be, but it makes it fun. And so if you do $10 squares and you fill them all up, ideally you want this all filled up, that's $1,000 in sales, right? $1,000 in sales. And if you give yourself that week, this is going to be a fortune in the follow-up type of situation. So don't expect that one reach out, everybody's going to get back to you and you're going to fill up your board, right? You're going to want to be following up with people about this pool and getting their reorders, going live, showing people how many squares you have left in your grid, right? So you're going to be doing that. And then it's the same. So then it says who the winner is and what their prize is. So this is going to help you keep track of everything too. And the second quarter is the same thing. What's the score at the end of the second quarter? Find them on the grid. They're a winner. So you're posting on your Facebook group. I feel like that's going to be probably the easiest thing. So everybody who wants in on the pool, get them added to your Facebook group. Right? Get them added to the Facebook group and just say, okay, then you got to be in my Facebook group because that's where I'm going to be announcing winners, right? And that's where I'm going to be, communicating and everything. And then you've got them in the Facebook group, forever, right? And so they're in there for after the event too. Are there any questions about this pool?
Where do I get that paper?
Yes, good question. It has been posted in our Facebook group today. So if you go there, you're going to see, I did not make this. Monica Gabo made this. She's the same person that does our monthly special deals. And so you'll see a link. And when you click on that, there's a video. If you want to watch her video in explaining this, you can do that. But then you're going to see so the PDF file is going to be like tons of game boards. So there's game boards for every $10, every $20, every $25, so you can pick which board you want to use. Okay. So there you go. That's how that works there. Now, it depends on how complicated. I'm just going to be placing their names in order, right? That's just going to make it easier for me. But there are people who are like football people, and they may say, well, it's not very often that you have a score that ends in whatever. I mean, and really they can end in anything. But a lot of people are doing 2-point conversions now too. So when we see like a score of 8, usually we didn't see 8, right? But now we're seeing 8 because people are doing 2-point conversions instead of field goals after a touchdown. So anyway, if people are football people, they may want to decide which square they want to be in on the grid based on the numbers, but whatever, keep it easy. All right. So that's that. So that is a fun thing to do with your customers. And if you've never done it before, could be a fun thing to do. All right. Let us get into trailblazers now. So have out your packets. We are doing Cynthia Gress today. Cindy Gress is going to be our speaker. And so let me pull that up, and I'm sharing sound, and there we go. All right.
Well, hello, Mary Kay Beauty Consultants. In the beginning of a brand new year, I'm so excited for the possibilities that lay in front of you as an entrepreneur, that lay in front of each and every one of us as we are in control of our own destiny. When I did the little bit of research that I did for y'all today, I found out that a trailblazer was somebody different than I thought they were. I found out that a trailblazer was a person who marked a new place and space, most importantly, for themselves. Well, you did that the second, probably for most of you, you signed your Mary Kay Beauty agreement. At least that's what it was for me. A new place and space that I was willing to go, that prior to that in my life, I had never been willing to go before. What happens when that happens? You're scared, you're nervous, you're worried, you're not sure if you can do it, you're not sure about what your family and friends are gonna say. What is happening? But I decided that I was going to do something different. And I decided that I didn't like people telling me what to do. And by that, I didn't mean that I didn't want people to mentor me, because I love that. By that, I didn't mean that I didn't want people to tell me what to do with respect to the success game. I love people telling me what to do when it comes to success. I hated people telling me what to do with a different agenda than I had. And that was my experience that I had working in corporate America, was their agenda was for the company, rightfully so, and that was the top priority, rightfully so, and that I got a benefit for working for them if I did what they told me to do. But that is not what I found in Mary Kay Cosmetics. I found people who were in my success corner. Now, some of those people said things to me that I didn't want to hear. There were a bunch of things that I was like, wait, what did you just say to me? Wait, are you kidding me? Yep, all those things. But they were more successful than me, and they were sanctioned as my mentors. Now, in the Mary Kay world, it's gotten a little muddy with who our mentor is. A mentor isn't just anybody who's ahead of you who speaks to you. That is not a mentor. A mentor is someone who is invested in your welfare of being successful. And so Mary Kay kind of set it up perfectly when she first started the business, right? It was, the only way I get ahead is for you get ahead. So your best mentor is going to be the highest level that you can get to in your Mary Kay family that you were recruited in. That will always be the best alignment for your success. And so they said things to me that, I didn't necessarily want to hear, but I could hear them more easily than when my boss just told me to do something because it was going to be for the benefit of the company that I worked for. So trailblazing, I just love. I love that term. I love what it means. I love what it inspires in me, that I'm willing to go to places that most people, they're just not willing to go, y'all. You know, when you have a brand new business partner, how awesome that is, that we have to talk to 4 women to have one person say yes. That means only 1 out of 4 has the courage to be a trailblazer, and that's you. So you automatically are already a trailblazer. Now the question I think we're asking today is, how do I become a better trailblazer, a more courageous trailblazer, a person who can raise her beliefs and her hope and her joie de vivre, her joy of doing it. It's not just doing it. You have to do it joyfully and happily and be excited about it. So there were a couple of things that I did, of course, tied to a story. So I was in a place in my life when I signed my Mary Kay Beauty agreement that I didn't like my job. I didn't like getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I didn't like getting on the train. I didn't like coming home on the train. I didn't like the people I worked with. I didn't like a whole heck of a lot with what I was doing with the majority of my life. And I just wanted more of my life back. And so I decided that I was going to blaze a trail with Mary Kay Cosmetics. Once I found it, I was kind of halfway searching for something, but I don't even think I had enough inside of me to even really investigate anything properly. And this Mary Kay beauty consultant, what I call shanghaied me. You know, she told me she was in a contest. I ended up putting the product on my face. Once I had it on the face, I loved the product, didn't have the money for the product. She convinced me to do Mary Kay. The rest is history. It was after I signed my agreement and had the courage to tell the people that loved me that I was going to do Mary Kay and got past that part, that I decided to blaze a trail. And that happened on a very magical day, and I'll never forget it. I came home from New York City. I was about to go to my unit meeting because I was faithful there, because I knew part of blazing a trail is that I needed new strategies, because I was going to new places that I had never been before. So my strategies were not going to work. And one of the rules that they told me was to go to the meeting every single solitary week, no matter what. Mary Kay said, if you don't want to go to the meeting, you need the meeting. If you want to go to the meeting needs you. So irregardless, no matter what was happening in our life, we were supposed to go to the meeting. And I did. I only missed one meeting, which was a career conference, which I was the number one director at. And I literally gave birth to Tommy the day of career conference. So that would have been an interesting career conference for me had I gone. Anyway, I was going to my unit meeting. And real quick, I would do a quick rejudge from the morning, 5:30 in the morning, makeup application to go to my meeting. I always either had a guest or I was introducing a new business partner, and my team was there once I had gotten into Mary Kay. But at this point, I was just building the muscle of going to my meeting, but I was always bringing a guest. I didn't really have a team there yet. Anyway, I got home and my showcase was there. That's how new I was. Yes, the second meeting I went to, I had a guest. My showcase was there. Penny was to meet me at the meeting, and it was on their front porch, and I couldn't help myself. I had to open it. I just had to open the box. And when I opened the box and I flipped over the little pink lid, I realized I should close the box and just go to the meeting. It was way too much. So when I got home, I opened the box. I was very encouraged because I was just home from my unit meeting, and there was a cassette tape. And I'm going to send Karen Rydell a picture of the cassette tape. In the cassette tape, Mary Kay Ash was one of the speakers on that tape. And she talked about how important it was to see 30 faces, and how that was going to bring me everything, and how I needed to keep doing that over and over and over again. Now, it was my understanding that this is just what new people did. They saw 30 faces. So there were a million trailblazers out there, but I had never blazed that trail in my life. And quite frankly, it scared me just a little bit. But I dedicated my internal self to knowing that I was never going to know if Mary Kay was going to work for me unless I blazed that trail. And by the way, side note, once I blazed it one time, I did it for the rest of my career. Mary Kay Cosmetics had to call me from the office as a national and tell me to stop doing it, because I had dedicated myself that deeply. Once I dedicated myself, well, I had to follow the strategies that the successful trailblazers were following. I was told this: go observe classes from the best people you can observe, the highest sellers, the highest recruiters. Go physically, get on a plane, a train, an automobile, do whatever you have to do to find out what strategies the successful people are using. Make sure you show up to your success meeting and every other educational event that is put in front of you, because you never know when the $1 million idea is going to be ahead of you, and it also sharpens your skills. So I was faithful to both of those things. I studied, I mean it, I studied my flip chart. I was awesome at it. I took a couple what now would be YouTube videos and paid attention how to act my way through the skincare class. When I felt good, when I didn't feel good. How to add intonation, modulation, how to capture and captivate an audience. I studied and studied and studied, and I got better and better and better. I used strategies once I dedicated myself to that new trail. The other thing that I was willing to do, that I find sometimes a lot of new people are not willing to do, because they argue with success. People argue with success. They do it all the time. Is that I had to decide to change my standards. It was no longer going to be okay to show up late for things. It was no longer going to be okay to be disorganized. It was no longer, I had to organize my date book. I had to know where I was going. I had to know the addresses I was going to. I had to know where the profiles were, with who the hostess was. I had to raise my standards. I had to raise my standards of what I looked like and how I dressed and how I applied makeup. I had to raise my standards of what my sales director expected of me, not what I expected of myself. I had to release my control to my sales director for her to tell me how high I should be shooting, what star I should be aiming for. That's raising the standard in every single category. This is what I believe. I believe that the best is always required. The best fluctuates, right? So if you have an emergency, right? And it's a Mary Kay work day for you, but you had an emergency, you still do your best with your Mary Kay in spite of the emergency, but it might not be the best day of your Mary Kay life, because on a day that it's easier to do Mary Kay, you'll do more. But some people have a tendency to use emergencies as a reason not to do Mary Kay. I don't believe in that. I just believe in no matter what I do, I have to do my best at it when I do it. Now, sometimes a consultant who is just trying Mary Kay or just beginning with Mary Kay, they're going to say things like, well, I won't do anything until I can put my whole heart in. That's not what I'm talking about. This is my opinion. That's a cop-out. I'm saying when I have dedicated myself to do Mary Kay, and when I'm supposed to do Mary Kay, I do my best. And when I wrap Christmas presents, I do my best. And when I make cookies, and I don't do them so good, but I do my best. When you are willing to dedicate yourself, set your standard to be, I will be my exceptional self, my absolute very best, which by the way, no one can tell you what that is. It's an internal thing. You know when you're being your best, and you know when you're not being your best. That helped me to trailblaze. And you know what else happened when I decided to do that with myself? Mentors started coming into my life. New things started growing. A whole world opened up to me that I never in a million years thought that I could ever be good at. And the byproduct of all of this stuff, standards, strategies, all those things, is then my beliefs started to upgrade. My beliefs in what I could do, my beliefs in how strong I could be. So every time I stepped out of my comfort zone and was a little stronger than the time that I was before, the next time I had to be strong, I could be even stronger than that, and I blazed a trail over there. And I kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And my belief grew more and more and more. And now I pretty much think I could do a lot of things that in a million years I never, ever, ever, ever thought that I could do. So I dedicated myself to what Mary Kay Ash, the woman, told me I had to do to be successful. And I did that consistently without missing 1 month, every month of my life for 15 years. And I ended up as a senior national sales director who celebrates the Diamond Circle for what is now, I think, 17 years. What seems like such an insignificant new set of standards and beliefs and strategies, what can those things help you to trailblaze? I did not know that trail was leading to that level of success. $5 million in commissions over my career. I didn't know that trail landed to that place. Inch by inch, it is a cinch. What will you decide to believe more, to set a standard of, and to go apply strategies to your life that when you look back at it will say, wow, what a trail I have blazed. I know you can do it.
All right. Oh, all right. I'm good now. I want to go there. All right. Look at all of us. We see everyone now. Cindy Gress. Cindy Gress. I want to hear your takeaways. Before I share mine, what did you hear from Cindy? Because she says a lot. She packs a lot in. So what are your thoughts?
Wow. Like, what an inspiration. What a queen, like so composed and fiery at the same time. Like she has so much personality, but so much subtle grace.
Mhm.
And she's like humble and brilliant. And I like that she said, do not accept less from yourself.
Right.
Because that's been in my mind. Like, I have been accepting less than what I'm capable of, but I haven't been brave enough to push. But I want to. And then she just not only made me want it more, but showed me the reason why you do that.
Yeah.
Because God wants to show us what we're capable of if we give him our best. And
Mhm.
that ceiling looks different for everyone. And I want to know what that looks like for me.
Yeah. Beautiful. Write that down, Carrie. If you don't have that written down, write that down. That is a beautiful thing to talk about in a coaching call. I love it. All right. Who else would like to share?
I like the part that really jumped at me was to find out what the successful strategy of successful people and what they do. Not that I don't have it, but it's the consistency of, I guess, combining that with the best fluctuate, but it's required. When she said that, it is required. And trying to find your way out of being in the pit, and doing the best. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a theme I've been hearing her speak for years, and she just always has a standard for excellence, whatever you do, give it your best. Just, and it's just, it's almost like a baseline. And all of her directors do triple star, which is that beautiful diamond necklace, which Ashley fits right in with them. She's got a huge built out diamond necklace, right? I've only done it once, but she's got it all built out. Yeah, whatever it is that you're doing, do your best. Yeah. Very good. All right. Erica or Maya, who wants to speak? Y'all get to speak, so. Don't scrunch your nose at me, Erica. Oh, Bailey's screaming. Okay, you can scrunch your nose then. All right, sorry.
Okay, so I wrote down like a lot of the same stuff, like the new strategies and the rise to the standard. So the same things. Those are
Yeah.
my,
Yeah,
and then just the consistency of doing it over and over and over again.
right. Right. Yeah. Does anyone have an idea in their mind right now about what standard they may want to raise? Like, not to call you out, but yeah, always go to the meetings. That's right, Erica. Always go to the meetings. But is there a standard that you want to, I remember when Erica made the decision, just gonna, mention her right now because it's what I think of. She made a decision that she was going to be doing 600 wholesale every single month. And that just became her standard. Like, whether that was with new parties, existing customers, like she was going to find a way to do that. And there were some months that she didn't have parties because she was literally birthing children, right? And like things were going on, but she still did 600 wholesale because those were the months that she worked with her customers and she did a lot of follow-up and she still got the sales to do that. And so that became her standard, and she hasn't gone below it. And now it's 700 wholesale, right? And she just has not dipped below that. So does anyone have like going into 2025 a standard that they want to, yeah, Carrie?
So I want to understand the business model more so that I can follow those strategies. I want to dedicate myself to learning what those steps that, Mary Kay blazed for the business and
Right.
work it.
Right.
Because I haven't. And honestly, when I kind of just dipped my toe in a little bit and talked about the product because of how much I loved what it was doing for my skin, it set so many people on fire. So I know I
Right.
have the charisma And that's wonderful, but I want the structure and the purpose behind it now.
Right, right. I love that. So structure, strategy,
Mm-hmm.
purpose. Okay. Very good.
I do have some questions whenever you're
Yeah.
ready for that. Okay.
You can do
So,
some questions. Yeah.
one of the things that she said was see 30 faces over and over again. What does that mean?
Every month. So you want to be seeing 30 faces a month.
So that
So
means
that
like
would
skincare
either,
classes?
yep, so there's skincare classes, virtual appointments, our guest events. However, yeah, can
Now,
kind of, yeah.
is that 30 new faces or are they the same?
That's what she would say. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what Mary
Okay.
Kay always said. Always the 30 new faces. So, you know, and you can have hostesses that they're not a new face, but they're introducing you to new faces, right? They've got new people at those parties and everything. So, you know, and the reason why we say that, because what Mary Kay says after it, and it's what Cindy said, it will get you anywhere you want to go. So if you see the same 30 faces over and over again, they're not new faces, that will not get you anywhere you want to go, right? It doesn't mean it's going to be bad, you know, but 30 new faces every month will get you everywhere you want to go. And I will say the first 1 or 2 months of that standard are going to be the hardest. And once you hit the third month and the fourth, it gets, you're in a flow of third. Like that is, it is not an issue because your skills of getting bookings from those bookings, your skills of getting referrals, they're just gonna, it's just gonna go, and you'll have more parties than you have got time in your schedule, right? Like because so it really is just those first 2 months that, oh, they might be tough. And maybe they won't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you've got a really good pool of people to work with, but they may be tough, but go through it because afterwards you'll be 30 it really will. And I can attest to that. My years of 30 faces every single month were the Equinox, the Cadillac, the Offspring, those years, you know, walking across the earning the diamond rings, earning the bumblebee pins, um, getting all the special invites to the luncheons, you know, like that. It was getting me what I wanted. So
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
Any other-
I had another question. Let me find it.
Mhm.
Where was it? Oh, she was talking about like watching the most successful people and how they do what they do.
Yeah.
I know I'm in Arkansas, but
Right.
I want to observe.
Mhm.
So I think that's something that we can talk about in a coaching call. So like when all of this is
Mhm.
over, I do want to schedule my coaching call like with you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I need to get some things lined out
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
want to be able to
Absolutely.
observe.
Right. Yeah. We can find someone for you to go physically watch,
Mhm.
but we can also have videos too, like that
Okay.
you're watching somebody do classes and kind of doing like a remote learning kind of thing. So either one or both. So yeah. All right. Anyone else want to share a standard? Something for 2025? Erica, did you do a chat? You did a chat. Let me see. Okay. 30 faces. Okay. Yes, my friend. I support that. I support that. I support that. All right. Very good. Very good. Oh, hi, Bailey, baby. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, if you would, anyone wants to share, you know, feel free, but let's do some recognition now. Let's talk about our points. I'm gonna just write this down here. All right, so let's talk about our points here. So we're looking back at week 2 with our points here. And I did coaching calls with Erica and Danny last week, and we all talked about how these items on our point sheet aren't sales, right? Now, sales are great. Sales bring in money, right? That is income. But for blazing new trails, all of these things are, you know, having parties, seeing faces, right? Pampering people, getting new referrals, um, doing pink possibility chats or interviews is what it says on here. Adding new team members. So if you've got your points, I'm just going to raise your hand if you have your points calculated already. And I'll just call on you and ask you to share what they are. So instead of going down each item. Yeah, Danny, what have you got?
My total is 510.
Fantastic. 510. Can we all give her a clap over that? She did 540 last week. 540 last week. Stop it. 510. Very good. So, Danny, as you were filling this out, where did you get your most points?
Referrals and my pink possibility chats.
Okay. Yeah, we've been doing pink possibility chats. Where do you want to see growth?
Pink possibility chats.
Okay, more
All of
pink
it.
possibility chats. Okay. Yeah, all of it.
Yes, but definitely the
it's
chats, just getting back into like how I was before, with just having people, just having the
Mhm.
conversations and seeing
Yeah.
their side of what they're coming up with. So cute. Hey,
She's
Bailey.
so cute.
um hey, girl.
I can't.
Lost my con. Oh, and the referrals. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I think the bonus points was helping too because of the week one
Right.
geographic area, because that's where
Yes.
some of it kicked in.
Okay. Very, very good. All right. Does anyone else have their numbers totaled? Yeah, Erica, what have you got?
50.
50. All right. Well, it's up from last week. Very good. Very good. But she's also, I know you don't love that. I love that. It's all right. We're getting back into it. Awesome. All right. So this will be another part of the coaching conversation too, is going to be like, okay, what do we want to focus, like where do we need to focus on first, right? Because a lot of these things, like one leads to the next, right? Like one leads to the next. So you can't do the pink possibility chats if you don't have the faces, right? Like, so you've got to have all of that to back it up. So where it's the first step that we really need to address, and that's what the discussion will be. But let's do our recognition. Hold on, let me get my pom pom. I got a pom pom here. All right, I got the pink one today. Yay. By the way, I mean, I didn't put any of my pins on or anything because I haven't been anywhere, with my son. But is this director suit just not adorable? Like, isn't it so cute? And I've been seeing like people wearing stuff like that's not Mary Kay, but like this is very on trend. I'm actually thinking like, do I want to wear this for Valentine's Day? Like for a little Valentine's, like with a cute pair of jeans and little boots. Like I kind of feel like I do. So anyway, I'm a pretty big fan of this suit and it's really comfortable too. So this is the director suit, Carrie. I don't know if you know that, but all the directors have this suit this year and it's very Barbie and it's very fun. So, okay. So if you sold product last week, will you raise your hand? If you sold $1, keep your hand raised. Okay. We're going to do $100. Keep it up. 300, 400. Hey girls, 500. Danny, what'd you sell? How much was that? Erica's still going. All right, 440, 450. Okay. 444. Wow. Okay, fun. Okay, Erica, we're at 500, 600. Stop it. 700, 800, $900, $1,000, $1,100. When did you sell this? $1,200. I didn't even know anything about this. What did you do?
1,166.
That is awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do I like when I scream, I just because when Audrey gets really excited, my like computer cancels her out. Do I do that? Do I
Yeah.
mute out? I do. Oh, okay. Good job, Erica. All right. So how did you sell that much?
A snow day sale. Audrey texted me that she was doing that snow day sale or whatever, so I did it because I really
I do a sale like 3 times a year, like an
Mhm.
actual good, So, Pink Friday. Every year there's at least it's either a snow day sale or something, just like a 24-hour thing. And then May for my birthday for a week, I do a sale.
Right.
So she texted me that she was doing that, and I was like, oh, sure, I'll do it. Whatever.
Awesome.
So I did it, and I didn't
So it
sell
was in
50 items, but I did 38.
And that's what that would generate $1,100 in retail sales, 38 items. So let's just do a little math here. What is the average there? Because wouldn't we love to know? 11, I'm just going to do 1,100 divided by 38 items. So that means each item was about $28, $29, right? So
Yeah,
that's
I mean, I did
about,
sell 3 serum C plus E's, 2
okay.
dynamic
Yeah.
wrinkle limiters, and 1 expensive mask. So, I mean,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, just think if like that was okay. So if we do, I mean, that's the average. Let's just do $28 times 50 items. That would have been $1,400 in sales. So giving yourself like an item sold challenge, like I want to sell, you know, 25 items. I want to sell 50 items, just look at what that income can be. Like that's just incredible. Now, her sale was also discounted, so that came out of her profits. But Erica, do you know what your profit was after those discounts?
no.
Not yet. Okay. Usually you do, but it's okay.
Well, yes. And normally we don't have to pay $800 for a car and $800 for heating oil. So it went like I didn't take really any profit went right to that. So I'd have to sit down and look.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that
But it
isn't
was
it great that you
my profit was at least 300 because,
right.
I was able to
Okay.
help with that.
That
That's
was what I was
awesome.
gonna say. Like you had that opportunity, which is like incredible. That's one of the greatest things about this business.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you girls know, some of you know my friend Sarah Fraser, here in Wilmington. And I remember she had this crazy thing happen with her eyes. Crazy. Like she couldn't wear contacts for like 2 months and she needed new glasses because the glasses that she had were the wrong prescription. So she reached out to her customers and said, Sarah needs new glasses. They cost $450. What do y'all need? She sold it. She sold it in 24 hours. She had the $450 that she needed for her glasses, I mean, and she like literally just said, Sarah needs new glasses. So here's a sale. And they were like, okay, let's get Sarah her new glasses. And they bought Mary Kay. So it is incredible. It is incredible. Erica, fantastic job with your sales. Very excited. All right, let's talk about faces. So, how many faces did you all see? Because I know we talk about like what we have booked, but how many faces did you see last week? If you saw one face, put the product on one face, whether new or existing customer, raise your hand. Danny, all right, 2 faces, 3 faces. 4 faces, 3 faces. All right. All at one time or all separate? All at one time. And that is working smart, not working hard. Congratulations. All right. Let's talk about pink possibility chats. How many pink possibility chats last week? If you had 1 pink possibility chat last week, raise your hand. If you had 2, keep them up. If you had 3, keep them up. 2. And we had a really good one today, Danny. Is she going to join? She's got to join. She's so close. We gotta talk. We gotta come up with a little like bone, little
Yeah,
something, little carrot.
she came back to my office after we dismissed class for a bit. And we were in a good conversation when some crazy kicked up. But yeah, so I'm gonna be back in touch. She graduates Friday, so we'll see where her head is, and just doing a party and seeing if we can use that so she can see the potential. Then I'll just drive out there. She's like 5 hours away, but I'll drive out and spend the night and just hang out for a bit.
Send her a video, find a video and just say, hey, I was just thinking of you and I thought you might like this. Find her a YouTube video about like somebody's Mary Kay story, right?
Yeah.
And if you can find it on the Video Lounge on Mary Kay too. If you look at It Just Fits, they're the ones that Mary Kay has made. That's very professional, right? But then there's so many things like on YouTube and everything that you can find as well. But Mary Kay's got some really cool ones that it just fits in all different types of backgrounds and women at different stages of life. You can find one that kind of relates to her. Sounds like being a mom is a big deal. And there are quite a few videos about moms, right?
5 kids.
Yeah. So 10 kids. Yep. 5 kids. 5 kids. So she talked a lot about that. All right. Congrats, Danny. So proud of you with the faces and the pink possibility chats and the sales. Very, very well rounded. Yeah. Yes. Sharp Directors was in the Navy. Yes. Her name is it Elizabeth Perkins? I know that's the name of a no. Is her last name Perkins? No. I forget her name. She's great. Just find her. She's great. She is on Instagram. Yes, she is. But yeah, she's actually she broke a record for being like the first African American woman to reach a certain level in the Navy. Like it's pretty cool. She's a cool cat. All right. Next thing, bookings. If you have one party booked, let's look at parties. If you got one party booked from now until forever, raise your hand for one party booked. Okay, let's book parties. Okay, if you have one face booked now until forever, will you raise your hand? Any events that we got? All right, because we've got our makeup event coming up. Erica and Maya both have people for that. Okay, 2 faces booked, 3 faces booked, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3 for Erica. Danny's still going. She's got 6. Congratulations, Danny. Fantastic. So we've got our Queen of Sales, Erica Durling, and Danny, Queen of a lot of other things. And did you notice on the newsletter? Oh, you girls didn't get your newsletter yet, did you? Did you get the newsletter? I did it right. Okay. So did you notice how the front is different? So when you do your weekly accomplishment sheets, we are going to be recognizing Queen of Sales for the month for weekly accomplishment sheets, okay? On top of, different, levels along the marketing path as well. So are you just saying good night? Okay, good night, buddy. Love you. Good night. Carrie, look at how tall my Caleb is. He's as tall as me and it's amazing. So, do you remember Elle? Remember Lily Martin? No. You don't remember Lily? No? She was in 5th grade with you. Okay, bye. You might? Okay. She looks just like her mom. So, yeah. Okay. Literally. She is your mini me. Yeah. Is she coming over to say hi?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah, let me see her.
You will not believe how beautiful she is now. Look at this child. Come put your face in. Look at her.
Woman, young lady.
What?
She is. I love it. Love your hair, Lily. It's
not
so
pretty.
pretty.
It's perfect. Is she not so much prettier? Like, how did that happen? I was like, child, you get so yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Inside and out, this girl. Yes.
Oh.
And who is exceptional at skincare? Like, loves it, has a pristine routine, never misses it. I'm like,
maybe we need to do like a mother-daughter makeover event, and she can be talking about what she does
yes.
as a preteen. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Oh, this girl. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. Well, ladies, thank you for joining. We did a solid hour together, and so I pray that it blessed you. I love this nice little community we got going here, and we want to grow it. So if there's someone you think should be on tonight and they're not, reach out and say we missed you and invite them to next week, Tuesday. All right. So love you all. And I'll be talking to y'all